Hey guys, Professor Bill, Comic Book University, and Detective Comics, issue number 1000. If I gave you $10 to not buy this comic book, you know what you would do with this $10? You would buy this comic book, because that's the way it works. Dude, from beginning to end, this is awesome. I'm not going to get into all the different people who made the comic book, because that's just silly, because there's a lot of people involved in the making of this comic book, but you know, you got some, this is the main cover, and honestly, like in all honesty, get this cover. After that, feel free to get whichever is your favorite cover. If this is your favorite cover, you're just going to save some money. But get this cover, because I know there's a lot of people who like to sell their comic books or get a bunch and, you know, save them for later and whatnot. You know this comic book is going to sell. You know that you'll be able to turn around and make a buck off of this comic book, all right? Especially if you get it signed and whatnot. So yes, your individual favorite variant covers will do great, especially as a personal keepsake, but you're going to need at least one of the main cover. I'm just saying, because there are a lot of people who don't buy variant covers, because then they feel like they got to get all the variant covers. So just putting that out for the sake of conversation anyway. There are way too many people in here. Way too many people to get into who wrote some of these comic books, man. And there are a lot. There are a whole lot. And there's every different imaginable story that you can get to. You know which story you're not going to get to? The one where we all wake up and realize that Batman's a murderer. Yeah, at me. Bring it. Bring the noise, all right? 80 years of freaking Batman history, and we're just supposed to give all that stuff up. I love you, Zack Snyder, but sometimes you say stupid things. Hey, sometimes I say stupid things. It don't mean nothing. But there's all sorts of different stories in here, and none of them involve Batman killing, man. They're all just really great stories. There's a bunch of images in here. There are a bunch of flashbacks. There's different versions of Batman in here, like especially that last story. There's a story in here by Kevin Smith, man. It's hard to focus on only one story here because there's just so many, and they're going to bring me into talking about other ones. But the one by Kevin Smith, that's one that surprised me the most, all right? Because here you got this story of this dude, Batman, of course, who is trying to find the gun that was used in his parents' murder. And meanwhile, there's another, see what I'm talking about? There's another story in here where Batman doesn't even want to use the term murder about his parents. Like, it's sick the way they pull this off, man. It's beautiful, these individual stories. But with this gun, I'm thinking, some of the things that are said are so campy in the whole, I've got to get this gun off the street. This one particular gun, it just feels so campy. And yet when you get to the end, your tears don't, you know, start welling up in your eyes, brother. Like, what is going on? It's great. It's like that very, you start thinking, you know, it's like the big guy coming up to you and just, you know, rubbing your head and rubbing your shoulders and saying, you know, it's fine. You're going to be fine. You're going to be fine. And at the very end, he punches you in the stomach anyway. Like, dude. Great comic book. And let's be realistic. It don't matter to nobody, does it? Because you're going to get this comic book regardless. Like I said, if I gave you $10 to not get this comic book, you're going to spend it on this comic book because it's that damn good. So go out and get it. It's 96 page, which disappoints me because why not the extra 4 pages? I'm just saying, whatever. I'm sure they calculated that. In the meantime, guys, great stories, great comic book. You're getting it anyway. Professor Bill, Comic Book University. Class dismissed.